Welcome viewers. Donald Trump insisted the United States Armed Forces are incapable of fighting or winning. It's an odd part of a larger Republican offensive. Republicans who refuse to reform Social Security are simply reckless. Former President Donald Trump plunged back into campaign mode Saturday, stumping in New Hampshire with state Republican Party activists as he hit the road for the first public events of his 2024 bid for the White House. Former Governor Vice President Mike Pence. In this video we will break it all down for you. But before we continue, please take a minute of your precious time to hit the subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell to get the latest update from us. But stepping back and taking stock of the larger context, why in the world are so many Republicans preoccupied with criticizing their own country's military? The Washington Post's Paul Waldman recently explained the problem well. So here's the truth. The military has indeed changed because American society has changed, and so has the nature of modern warfare. Our military needs not just guys with big muscles, but people with a wide variety of skills and knowledge. And if we don't stop them next time, I think this will be the end, he told 413 party officials gathered at Salem High School in Salem, New Hampshire for the state GOP's annual meeting. To be maximally effective, it can't deprive itself of the talents of large swaths of the population. Noting that no other Republican challenged him in 2020, Trump said that "I don't think we have competition this time either, to be honest." But conservatives, especially those whose ideas about war come mostly from the movies, don't like many of those changes. Since declaring in November his plans to run for a second non-consecutive term, Trump has, rather than his raucous trademark rallies to win back the loyalty of Republicans, disillusioned by his bombastic style and his fixation on his 2020 loss to President Joe Biden. While they sometimes claim to oppose politicization of the military, what they actually want is for their cultural and political agenda to prevail there. A few days before Trump's trip to New Hampshire, a University of New Hampshire poll showed him trailing DeSantis by double digits, 42% to 30%. In other words, the increasingly common whining among Republicans about the military is less about the armed forces themselves and more about society becoming more inclusive and progressive in ways that make the right feel uncomfortable. Ron DeSantis by 12 points among New Hampshire Republicans, even though the former president remains the GOP's only announced presidential candidate. Meanwhile, a New Hampshire Journal coefficient poll gave Trump a 37%-26% lead over the Florida governor. The GOP believes the military can and should be shielded from the larger societal trends, and when it's not, when the troops celebrate Pride Month, when the Pentagon lifts a ban on transgender Americans serving, when abortion services are made available to those in uniform, when the Defense Department considers environmental impacts, etc. Republicans stomp their feet as they feel another culture war slipping away. Since declaring his plans to run for a second term, Trump has stuck to video-released policy statements to win back the loyalty of Republicans after his 2020 loss. "We need to refocus our military on what it's supposed to do, which is blow things up and kill people," Republican. Those 2 months have also featured a bevy of political problems. Chip Roy of Texas recently declared 2% margin of error. Some Republicans blamed Trump for the party's disappointing showing in the 2022 congressional elections, including a failure to win control of the U.S. Except, that's wrong. It's not what Americans should expect from the planet's strongest fighting force, and it doesn't serve our interests to limit the military's role to death and destruction. 16. Shrugging off a potential challenge from his popular fellow Floridian. Senate. This won't stop Trump from slamming his own country's military, and it won't stop GOP lawmakers from complaining about wokeism, but it should. Postscript. Right around the time I was writing this, House Republican Conference Chair Elise Stefanik appeared on the Fox Business Network and said her party was woke programs at the Defense Department. But his popularity there crumbled during his presidency. He lost New Hampshire to Joe Biden by 7 points in 2020 after coming within a single point of beating Hillary Clinton there in 2016. Please, what is your take on this? And remember to subscribe as well. Thanks.